Hello everyone, this is Randy, and this is a video in response to a thread started by Shannon in Shannon Talks Music, and she had an idea about showing her favorite album titles and some of the reasons that she liked different album titles and so forth. And as far as I'm concerned, I like album titles that evoke a certain image or certain feelings, or album titles that are a way to get me into the music that I'm going to be hearing. So that's kind of where I feel as far as the album titles are concerned. Shannon is a fan of one-word titles and songs or titles with animals, and I do have one that I'm going to pick, and that's by Orville Peck, and it's Pony. And kind of fits in with some of the Western themes about a young horse and then learning. And I kind of think fits in with this, but the title is Pony. And thank you, Mark Wald, for recommending this artist. Really Roy Orbison-esque, Orville Peck. Next one is by John Wesley Harding, and it's The Man with No Shadow. Just kind of like that image. When I think about that, actually, I think of there's an X-Files episode where the man's shadow leaves and does all kinds of nefarious things, but it kind of has a strange image, the man with no shadow, and I always like that title. I also like putting two disparate words together, and the one I'm picking is by Gregory Alan Isaacoff, and he's got an album called Evening Machines, where, I mean, you have the word evening, you think of, you know, the sun setting and everything, and then you have a mechanized word with machines and how that fits in with, you know, the sun has set. I don't know, I thought it was an evocative album title. Evening Machines, Gregory Alan Isaacoff, wonderful artist. The next one's from Robin Hitchcock's former band, the Soft Boys, and it's Underwater Moonlight. And even though the image on the cover is kind of harsh, when I think of Underwater Moonlight, I can think of being underwater and what the image would be as the moon's coming down. I just thought it was kind of a cool image, Underwater Moonlight. Next I have is a John Hyatt album, and it's Terms of My Surrender. And it kind of fits in with, takes you into the album about heartbreak and getting older, and Terms of My Surrender kind of deals with how he's accepted aging and the heartbreaks and things that are going to happen, and I think that's a great title, Terms of My Surrender. This one has to do with the beautiful and serene image of the Mona Lisa. I don't know if anybody's been to the Louvre. I can remember just staring at that that painting when I was there. Of course, now there's like all kinds of, after the movie with Tom Hanks, the Da Vinci Code. Now if you go, it's just like a million people with their cell phones up there trying to take a picture of it. But luckily, years ago, I got to go see it and got a very close-up to view it. But it's not that way now. It's just like a million people. Well, with Corona, it's probably not that many people there now. But so I always thought of the serene and beautiful image of the Mona Lisa, have some innocence maybe. And then there's Graham Parker's album, The Mona Lisa's Sister, with the cigarette and the sunglasses. Maybe there's that. It's like there's the other side. Her sister may not have been the same way. I just thought that was a kind of unique item, The Mona Lisa's Sister. The next one is by great artist Taj Mahal. And it's Satisfied and Tickled Too. Not only is he satisfied with his, you know, how life's been treating him, but he's also tickled. So it's getting some enjoyment out of life. And I always like that title, Satisfied and Tickled Too. The next one is, this one really creates an image of how you're going to go into this album. And that's Tom Waits' Nighthawks at the Diner, which the cover really fits in well with that too. You know, the late night people that have just got out of their, you know, the clubs have all closed and the bars have closed down. You go to a diner and hang out, and Nighthawks at the Diner. I always loved that title. And I know Shannon said she wasn't a fan of jokey titles or plays on words for titles, but there's one that I bought recently, and I don't know, I just really liked it. And it's from Sharon Jones and the Dap Kings. It's an album full of covers. She called it "Just Dropped In to See What Condition My Rendition Was In." I don't know, which, you know, takes its title from the Kenny Rogers and the First Edition song, written by Mickey Newberry. But wonderful album by Sharon Jones, who we lost very early, but I don't know. I kind of like that title. Next, I'm going to show a few CDs. And the first one is by the country artists Rex Hobart and the Misery Boys. And it's called Forever Always Ends. What's kind of unique about this is that there's nowhere on the album does the song title appear or any lyrics, but in the next album that they produced, there is a song called Forever Always Ends. So he must have thought, that title was really great, I'm going to write a song. Anyway, Forever Always Ends, I like that title. Kind of a, I don't know what you call that, a kitschy title. Sometimes I kind of like those too, and that's Liquored Up and Lacquered Down, with liquor and then lacquer in your hair, but by the Southern Culture on the Skids, Liquored Up and Lacquered Down. I like that title. Next one is a great one-word title that I know Shannon likes, and that's word Katie Lang and Shadowland. I thought that was a wonderful title, wonderful album as well, but just like the inferences in that Shadowland. And next is The Gourds and Ghosts of Hallelujah, which, you know, hallelujah is praise or joy, expressing praise or joy. And then the ghosts of that, you know, has something gone away from that? I don't know, but I like that title, Ghosts of Hallelujah. Next one is an album by Bob Dylan, and it's Oh Mercy, which thinks of you like, what can happen next? You know, what's in store for me? It kind of gives me that kind of inference, is oh, no mercy. I mean, oh mercy, no mercy, oh mercy. And the last one I have on here is by Warren Zevon, and it's My Rides Here, which I can't remember what critic called it the most joyous song ever about dying, but that's what it is. You know, he's waiting because someone's come to get him, whether, you know, it's the Grim Reaper or not, and his ride's here. But it's a wonderful song and a wonderful album title. And those are my choices. Hope everyone goes and checks out Shannon's original, and take care.